Hey everyone, Michael O'Brien here with another magic product review. Now this time we're going to do another artist spotlight where we're not going to just focus on one specific trick, but a bunch of effects created by a specific artist, an artist that I really admire, and I hope that if you have not heard of him, you go check out his work because you're really going to enjoy it. Anyway, this week we're going to be talking about Josh Zandman, the creator of the Zandman book test. Now, the Zandman book test is an effect put out by Theory 11, created by Josh Zandman. He's basically taken a bunch of different book test ideas, watered them down to make them super easy to perform, and come out with a series of books to be able to allow you to do a book test. For those of you who are not familiar with the book test, essentially you're going to take a book, have a spectator look at a word in the book, and then you're going to be able to read their mind and tell them which word they are thinking of. That's the basic idea using the book test. But today I'm going to cover just a few of the books that he's put out, because he actually has, believe it or not, more books than I even thought that are not available on the Theory 11 website, even more books than that. But today I just wanted to focus on a few of the books and tell you a little bit about them, what they do, what you can do with them, and how they all work together. But anyways, just a little bit of background on Josh. So he's actually originally from New York. I believe now he's living in Tennessee, where he lives with his family. And he's currently a full-time working magician and mentalist. On top of being a performer, he has a passion for writing books. Hence, he has written, or should I say, edited a few different books here to make them perfect for a book test. So let's go ahead and dive right into the three books that I personally use, and I'll talk a little bit about some extras at the end of this. So make sure to stay tuned because there's some exciting information that I'm going to hold back until the end. So the first book that was released was The Great Gatsby, and then shortly after that, Sherlock Holmes. Now, if you haven't already checked it out, I did review Gatsby in depth. After you're done watching this video, you might want to go check it out. I'm not going to talk too much more about it in this video because I've already done another review video. But essentially, The Great Gatsby and Sherlock Holmes do exactly the same thing. They're both the exact same book. Of course, the pages inside tell the story of The Great Gatsby, and the pages inside here tell the story of Sherlock Holmes. Now, the really cool thing about these books is they can be handed out and examined before and after you perform the trick. You're not going to switch anything out. You're not going to hand them a book to examine and then have to switch it for a gimmicked book. What you see is what you get. The trick is all contained in here. And if they wanted to, they can truly read through it, and they really are reading the copy of the book that it says that they're reading. It's just been altered in such a way that you're able to perform this book test. So let me explain what these books do. So these books both do a couple of things. There's a basic method, and then there's an advanced method. The basic method is essentially like this. You're going to riffle through the pages. You can ask the spectator to say stop at any time that they want. You stop, you look at the first word on, or you have them look at the first word on the page here, and then you're instantly able to divine that word. Super easy to do. As soon as you know how it works, you can pick up the book and you can do it. That's how easy it is. No memorization involved here. It's almost self-working. Self-working isn't the right word to use, but it pretty much is self-working. All you have to do is say stop. They can stop at any page. It doesn't matter. You look at the first word here in the book, and then you can tell them exactly what it is. So for me, right now, I can tell you that this word is give. I don't know if it's showing up on the camera there or not. I don't know how clear it is, but this first word should be give. And yes, of course, I'm right. The method is not peeking over the top at the page to look at the word. A lot of people think that that's the method, which is actually really cool because Scarlet has a really cool convincer using that idea. We'll get to Scarlet in just a moment. But Great Gatsby and Sherlock Holmes, same thing. You say stop anytime you want. Stop right here. I know that this first word on the page should be rich. Yes, I'm right. And again, I don't know if that's showing up in the camera or not. I guess we'll find out after I'm done with this review. So both books do that, but both books also have an advanced method as well, where you're going to do the same thing. You're going to say stop at any time you'd like. You're going to stop, and then you're going to open the book like this, hand it to them, and then tell them to look at any word on the page, and then you'll be able to define it. Now, that method is going to take a little bit more practice, and there is some memorization involved. Nothing crazy, nothing super complicated. There's actually a formula that is taught in detail that allows you to be able to work out the word that they're thinking of without having to look like you're really struggling and really guessing to try to find the word. It makes it look like you knew the word as soon as they were thinking of it. It's that good, it's that convincing, it's that clean. So again, I suggest you check out the Gatsby review that I already did on this channel. I'll go ahead and put a link in the description below. And Sherlock Holmes and The Great Gatsby are perfect to go together. You can buy the books separately, but I suggest buying the two of them because they're both identical in method. They both do the exact same thing. And there's different presentation ideas there. You can have them choose a book, or you can have one person have one book, another person have another book, and then you can have two different people's minds read from two different books. It's completely up to you. The thing I love the most about this is it allows for a lot of routining ideas where you can do all sorts of different things. And when you get comfortable enough performing it, you can actually start kind of jazzing a little bit, where you change up the way that you perform it every single time you do, so that it feels like you truly are able to read their mind and you're not just doing the same thing every single time. So that's the Gatsby and Sherlock Holmes. Let's talk about the Scarlet Letter. Scarlet is a little bit different. Now, it has the same basic principle. So, for example, you'd say stop anytime you'd like. Right there, it doesn't matter. I'm looking at this first word, and I know that this first word is adult. Yep. So, same basic principle there. But something else that's really cool that you can do the same thing, say stop anytime you want. Here, you can have them look at any word on the first line, not just the first word, but any word on the first line, and you'll be able to tell them what it is. So there's that extra little feature in here that Gatsby and Sherlock do not have. Gatsby and Sherlock do not have the ability to tell them the first word on the line. Scarlet lets you do that. So, for example, and at the end of this, I'm going to post the trailers for both Gatsby and Sherlock so you can see this performed in real time. But also, at the end of the video, I'm going to have links to the Doctor Who routine that I perform. I'm going to leave a link for that in the description as well. So you should check out the Doctor Who routine, the routine that I do using the book test. And I use all three books when I do the Doctor Who routine. So Scarlet does actually a few things. The basic method, we already talked about that. It allows you to divine any word on the first line, not just the first word on the first line. And then there's a third really cool thing that this does. You can combine Scarlet with The Great Gatsby. Now let me explain. If I have Scarlet and Great Gatsby, I can do something like this. Say stop anytime you like. Right here. Alright, we're going to stop on page 138. Okay, again, I don't know if that's showing up in the camera or not, but what I would do is I'd have a spectator stop me at page 138, right? And I know that on page 138 in The Great Gatsby, the first word on the page is going to be outside. Let's see how right I am. 138, outside. So what you can do is you can hand someone a copy of Great Gatsby. You're holding on to your copy of Scarlet, and you say, here, I'll tell you what. You say stop anytime you want. Right there? Cool. Let's do 150. Would you like to stick with 150, or do you want to go more pages, less pages? You can go more. You can go less. It doesn't matter. Because there's no force here. It really is an open choice. And yet, no matter what page number they stop me on, I'm instantly able to tell them the first word here on the first line in The Great Gatsby. So if you already have Gatsby, you already have Sherlock because you already bought those because I told you to get the set, right? You might as well go for the trifecta and get all three because you're going to be able to perform some miracles with these three books. Now, like I said at the beginning of the review, I have a little secret for you guys. these are not the only 3 books that are on the market right now for the Zandman book test. There's actually another book. I believe it's The Christmas Carol. I don't own it. I'm planning to own it soon. And as soon as I get it, I'll do a review of it. But from what I understand, it's the same methods. Again, using the same ideas that Great Gatsby and Sherlock have. Now, the reason that I suggest maybe getting that one is so if you're doing holiday parties, it fits right in with the theme of the holiday party, or you're growing your collection of books. So now you have 4 books, and you can perform it for 4 people, have each person holding a book, or if you want, you can perform it with just 1 book, but you have 4 books on the table, and they can choose any book that they want. So the idea is to make it look as organic as possible. You just grabbed a bunch of books off of your bookshelf, and you want to perform some magic using the books that you grabbed off your bookshelf. The thing that you want to avoid is making this the Great Gatsby trick or the Sherlock Holmes trick. You really want it to feel like the trick is the mind reading, and the books are just the tool that you're going to use to prove that you can read people's minds. Now, the last little secret that I'm going to share with you guys is I suggest that you do, right after you're done watching this video, you need to go on Facebook and you need to follow Josh Zandman. And the reason I suggest that you do that is because every so often he is going to be doing a extremely limited private run of Zandman book test books, but it's going to be a secret title. In other words, you're not going to know what you're getting until you get it, which is really cool for a couple reasons. Number one, the complaint that a lot of people had with the book test that came out was, if I do the book test with Great Gatsby, people are going to look it up on YouTube. They're going to go to Michael O'Brien's channel where they see him reviewing the Great Gatsby magic trick, and they're going to know that it was a trick book. So, let's just say the secret title of the next book, I'm just going to make something up, To Kill a Mockingbird, for example. That's not really what it is. I actually don't even know what it is because I don't have that book. I'm probably going to go ahead and invest in that secret limited run anyway because it sounds like a really good idea to grow the library as much as possible. But again, let's just say you have To Kill a Mockingbird. You do the trick using To Kill a Mockingbird, and that smartass wants to go ahead and look it up on YouTube. To Kill a Mockingbird magic trick. There's not going to be any hits on YouTube because no one's going to be talking about it on YouTube because no one knows about it. Except for those 100 lucky souls that got their hands on a copy. So, that's it. Check all the links in the description here. I'm going to link you guys to a bunch of stuff. I already promised I'm going to link you guys to a bunch of stuff, like 4 videos already. Be sure to check it out. Check out my Doctor Who routine. Go add Josh on Facebook. Show him some love. Send him a message and let him know that you saw my review right here on YouTube, and let him know that if you bought any of his book test books, Josh isn't paying me to say any of this. Theory 11 isn't paying me to say any of this. I really do believe in this product. I give it 5 out of 5 stars. It's easy to use. It ticks all the boxes. It's easy to use. It's examinable. It can be performed in any environment. Surrounded, doesn't matter. Close-up, stage, if you want to do mentalism on stage. If you want to do strolling magic and carry this around with you, you could technically do that. It's super modular. You can move everything around and routine it however you want to. Again, it ticks all the boxes. And it's actually super affordable. That's the other thing. Not $100, not $80, not $60. I want to say when I first got this, and the prices should be about the same, I want to say I paid $35 for it. I mean, for like 100, maybe 150 at the most after you've paid shipping and everything, you can get these 3 books for like $150 after shipping. I mean, it honestly makes me kind of angry that it's so cheap, because now other people get to perform this and not just me, you know? So, again, that is the Zandman book test. Thank you so much for watching this video, you guys. Please leave me a comment below. Let me know what you thought. If you own the book test, please leave a testimonial of your own right here in the comment section, just so that people don't think that I'm just blowing smoke up Josh's ass, that I really do think that this is an awesome book test. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching.
Stop. Remember the first word on this page. Could you do that? Good? Could you also do the same, but take off your glasses too? Put them up, yeah. Tell me one.
Stop.
Can you think of the first word on this page? Yes? Are you thinking of plus?
What? What is it?
I want you to mentally spell out your word in your head. Mentally spell it out.
Okay.
Think of a letter somewhere in the middle. Can you do that for me?
Yeah.
Is that an O?
Yeah.
Are you thinking of slow?
Yes.
What?
Think of a letter somewhere in the middle of your word.
Okay.
O.
What the?
Floor.
Yeah. I don't think. Like why? How?
Keep repeating the word. Keep repeating it. Day, day, day.
Wow.
This is Josh Zandman's Gatsby book test. This custom designed, fully examinable version of The Great Gatsby will allow you to go up to somebody and read their minds with 100% accuracy. It's so easy. The spectator will tell you to stop on any page as you go by, and you will always know the first word they stopped you on. No questions asked.
Stop.
Do you like this?
No, I like it.
Do you want to shift to the other page?
No, I got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Over? Okay.
It's happening.
This is not a way to force a word on a spectator. They could change their mind as many times as you'd like, and you'll still know what they're thinking of. We even added this bonus that allows the spectator to seemingly stop on any page. Take the book. Think of a long word on that page. Something challenging, and close it immediately when you have one in mind. Close it immediately. Okay, put it behind your back even so there's nothing. Look, whatever that word is, I want you to visualize it.
I try to make it because like it has a crack in it.
You thinking of fireplace? We also got permission from Larry Becker, Ted Karmilovich, and Banachek to teach some of their added subtleties and principles they use to make the mentalism that much more direct and powerful. So mentally spell it out, okay? Yeah. And I want you to think of a letter somewhere in the middle of this word. You got it?
Yeah.
I'm getting a T.
Yeah.
So look at me for a second. I know eye contact's kind of awkward, right? But mentally spell out. Thank you so much.
I know. Okay.
Oh my, I know what word you're thinking of. Smile.
Oh my god! That is so cool. That's so weird. Hello? That is so
If I can't take any chances, I need a surefire way to make someone feel like I plucked a word from their mind, I'll use Gatsby. I know what it is. Are you thinking of after?
The Scarlet Letter is the newest addition to the Zandman book test. It uses the same principles as Gatsby and Sherlock, and also uses a new groundbreaking principle to allow you to reveal multiple words at once. Think of the word give, sunshine. Every book in the series is interconnected, meaning with the Scarlet Letter, I can tell you exactly what words you've chosen in this book and the other two. Can you just go ahead and pick one for me? It's easy to perform, no memory is required, and is a great addition to any arsenal, giving you the ability to read minds instantly. You're thinking of pretty.
Yes.
Keep going, start over.
No, I'm good with that.
Okay, I want you to think of the first word on that page. Okay, you guys can see it as well? All right. Is it cloudy?
Yep. Yeah, that's crazy. What the hell? How did you know that?